They teach you how to be productive, efficient, how to grind. Like it's 2003. Here's a hard truth. Some of you aren't depressed. You're just overstimulated by fake urgency, by people who drain the life out of you with a smile, by that little voice in your head whispering, you should be doing more, while you're by a thread. And the worst part, you've gotten used
What a shame, right? What a shame. Nevertheless, I'm here to put positive bottom line and to give an awareness of why energy flies. Today is September the 30th. The 23rd. Tuesday, September the 23rd, 2025. And this is the reading for today. Whatever. Walk with me in the freedom of forgiveness. The path we follow together is sometimes steep and slippery. If you carry a burden of guilt on your back, you are must I remove the heavy load from you and bury it at the foot of the cross. When I unburden you, you are undeniably free. Stand up straight and tall in my presence so that no one can place more burdens on your back. Look into my face and feel the warmth of my love. Light shining upon you. It is unconditional love that frees you from both fears and sins. Spread time basking in the light of my presence. As you come to know me, you grow increasingly free. And that word was inspired the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 19. Also, the book of 1 John, chapter 1, verse 7 through 9, last but never the least, the first book of John, again, chapter 4, verse 18. What's crazy is I just read this. I'm reading it, but I don't even really recall. Nothing really resonate with me. I'm sitting there thinking about what I just read, which is sometimes it's like that. So sometimes when that happens, I just have to sit and meditate in this word. But nevertheless, enjoying peace in his presence. Jesus Calling, written by Sarah Young, Daily Book of Inspiration. Hopefully this word was a light, a beacon of hope for the hearers and doers of his word. May this be an inspiration to you all. Happy Tuesday, September the 23rd. And yeah, third year anniversary. Team Angie is now 3 years old. A few little rough drafts and what I'm working on. Just been getting into a little 3D art lately. And I'm gonna turn this into an NFT. So I'm gonna show you guys, walk you through how I do that. And then this next little thing that I'm working on is pretty awesome. Been just learning how to create, and yeah, what I'm doing right now is just showing you guys a little rough draft of what I'm gonna be working on soon. I just learned how to do this stuff. And then this is gonna be it right here, this little corner piece. So this, this, and that. But yeah, these are little rough drafts. It's gonna be some Zentangle art is what I'm really into. New style. I started on one yesterday, but I gotta wait on my brushes to get clean. So that's kind of like a big part of it. Blush. So yeah, it's gonna be incredible. I think you really gonna like it. It's my first time. Bear with me as I learn and as I experiment, and practice my craft. I do draw, but painting is something that I have been doing and I've been getting better and better at. Now this is how I started off, but you see where I'm ending up at because this was just like, basic, but now it's more and more advanced. From that, from this to this, but any and everything, the more you practice, the better you get. So it's no coincidence, it's no luck, it's no anything, but my continuous efforts at getting better, my persistence, me being patient, allowing myself to mess up and grow, not going to be perfect, but it is what it is. I'm proud of my work and I want to continuously carry on. But this is a motivation for you all. It's an awareness video. The life that you desire. Currently running a 90-day challenge. If you guys are beginners and you want to make passive income online, look and start your own online business from lunch to profit in 7 days. Links in the bio down below. Simply put your email in and get your free blueprint copy. Look out for the newsletter and yeah, products and services that are at the bottom.
You've normalized it. You've made your burnout your personality. You joke about it, post memes about it, laugh through it. Remember the last time they felt rested, inspired, or genuinely excited about anything. You call it a funk, a rough patch, a bad mental health week. But let's be real. This isn't a phase. This is your life. And something has to change. Because if you keep letting these silent little energy thieves walk in and out of your soul unchecked, you're going to wake up 10 years from now and realize you've been surviving, not living. You'll look in the mirror and not recognize the version of you who stopped showing up. And no, I'm not here to sell you a morning routine or a magic journal or a meditation app with rainforests. I'm here to tell you that your exhaustion is not weakness. Your numbness is not failure. Your burnout is not your identity. It's a warning sign, a blinking red light on the dashboard of your life. Ignore it long enough, your body will eventually make you stop. So before we go any further, take a second. Breathe.
And about take a minute to breathe, regain yourself. Just a mindful practice. And you'll see why in a bit.
Actually breathe. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel that? That tiny flicker of awareness? That's the version of you that's still in there. Still alive, still fighting. We're not going to lose that version. Not today, not on my watch. Chapter 2, 5 energy thieves you invite in. All right, so let's get brutally honest. There are 5 main energy thieves in your life. You're not just letting them in. You're handing them the keys, making them tea, and asking if they need extra pillows. Let's start with the first one. 1. People pleasing. Oh yeah, this one's juicy. You say yes when you want to say hell no. You go to brunches you hate, reply to texts you resent, select kindness. But let me tell you something. Sacrificing your peace to keep someone else comfortable, that's not. A tiny piece of you packs its bags and walks out. And the messed up part? Half the people you're bending over backward for wouldn't notice if you stopped. You're playing.
And that's key, that's crucial, people pleasing. It's an energy game. A lot of people don't like me because some of the boys I used to be my resource not available. And that's a part of self-care, self-practice, being mindful on where you give out your energy and if it's an even exchange. This is mindfulness. This is a practice. This is a daily practice that becomes a habit over time. And also it preserves your energy as well. It's a key tool to peace.
The role of dependable so well you forgot you weren't born to be a dealer. You think keeping everyone else happy will finally let you rest. Activity. Oh, look, your calendar is full. Your to-do list is color-coded. You've got apps for your apps. You're doing things, but you're not moving forward. You're organizing the deck chairs on the Titanic. You clear your inbox, but avoid your dreams. You rewatch productivity YouTubers, like it's gospel, but that haven't taken one real action toward that thing that actually matters to you. Because productivity, you don't have to face the fact that maybe, just maybe, you're terrified of starting. So you stay stuck in the illusion of motion, burning energy to avoid your real work. Constant comparison, soul killer dressed as motivation. You open Instagram and suddenly your life feels like a low-budget trailer for someone else's blockbuster. That girl from high school is traveling the world. That guy you dated now owns a gym and has abs that look photoshopped. And you went wrong. Here's the catch. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight, the crying on the bathroom floor nights. They don't post the panic attacks, the doubt, the debt. And still, you measure your worth against their filter. You let their curated lives drain your real one. Comparison.
What if I told you HPV vaccination was for men too?
I didn't know.
And I don't advocate for no locked up, people getting sick as hell around me. And that shit was not a pretty sight to see. Knowing what it was doing to people around me, I didn't want that. I didn't want to catch it. So I did it. But I mean, I've been straight. And before that, I did flu, flu virus or whatever. Not virus, but vaccine. That was back in 2016. Never caught the flu nor any of these other vaccines. I'm not sure what's what, but there was a field tactic going on. But do protect yourself, don't sit around here and try to play like everything all right. If it's not all right, go seek a physician.
Person is the thief of joy. But no one tells you it also robs your energy. Because every time you scroll and silently shrink, a part of you stops showing up. You ever walk around heavy and invisible weight? That's not tiredness. That's will cross your boundaries. You say it's fine when it's definitely not fine. You swallow your truth so often you're emotionally constipated. You think keeping the peace is noble, but bottling up anger just turns you into a walking pressure cooker with a smile. And every unspoken truth leaks energy. It festers. It loops in your head. It keeps you up at 2 a.m. replaying that one moment you should have spoken up but didn't. You're not tired because life is hard. You're tired because your soul. 5. Clutter. Yeah, I said, the mess is draining you. Not just the pile of laundry that's now a piece of furniture. Not just the 37 open tabs on your browser or the 12,000 unread emails you pretend don't exist, but also the mental clutter, the unmade decisions, the half-started projects, the constant noise in your space and your mind. Clutter whispers, you're behind. Clutter reminds you of everything you haven't done. Clutter brain just shuts down and chooses Netflix. And you sit there, half watching, half scrolling, fully exhausted. Because chaos, even silent chaos, is loud. Look, I'm not here to judge you. I'm you. I've been you, drowning in commitments I never wanted, running on fumes while pretending I'm fine, losing pieces of myself to things I thought were just part of life. But here's the truth. These aren't small leaks. They are full-blown holes in your souls for years. So if you've been wondering, why do I feel so heavy? Why am I always tired, even when I sleep? I feel like a memory instead of a feeling. It's not you. It's what you've been carrying. It's what you've been tolerating. It's what you've been letting steal your spark while you keep telling yourself, fine. It's not fine. And it doesn't have to stay this way. Next chapter, we're gonna rip the lazy label right off you and talk about what's actually going on. You're not lazy. You're leaking, and you're not broken. You're just... Chapter 3. You're not lazy. You're leaking. Let me say it again, louder for the people in the back of your head. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're not a failure. You're leaking, like a cracked cup, like a phone stuck at 17% no matter how long it charges. You ever try to fill a bucket with holes in it? Doesn't matter how much you pour in, it never stays. That's your energy. That's your motivation. That's your will to live some days. It's through all the tiny invisible cracks you've been too exhausted to notice. And the world, man, the world loves to call you. But here's what they don't see. They don't see you scrolling for hours, not because you don't care, but because your brain is so overstimulated and undernourished that it doesn't know how to rest without a screen. They don't see the pile of laundry haunting your room like a ghost of failure. But it's not laziness, it's paralysis. They don't see you staring at your phone for 20 minutes trying to reply to a simple text. They don't see you making jokes about how dead inside you feel. Because humor's the only way it doesn't swallow you whole. You're not lazy, you're tired, not sleep tired, soul tired. And there's a difference. Lazy is, I don't care. You? You care too much. About everything, about everyone, all the time. You carry guilt like it's part of your identity. You replay conversations in your head like they're crime scenes. Yourself to standards you wouldn't. Let me tell you a story. Not because I didn't want to, but because I couldn't. I had things to do. I had the time, I had the lists, but I couldn't move. Every action felt like swimming through wet cement. I kept asking myself, what's wrong with me? The answer was this. I was drained. Not because I did nothing with it, but because I'd been holding in emotions for years, trying to be okay for everyone, trying to stay functional, trying to keep the mask on so tight and migraine. It wasn't laziness, it was emotional debt. And when that happens, your body pulls the emergency brake. You lose motivation, focus, joy. Even brushing your teeth feels like a TED Talk. So let's drop the shame. Let's stop calling it laziness when it's actually nervous system overload. Stop blaming ourselves for burning out when we were never taught how to fuel up. And here's where it hits hard. When a phone won't charge past 17%, you don't yell at the phone. You check the charger. You check the outlet. But when you won't charge, you blame yourself. Broken. Late. You ever think maybe the issue isn't you? The damn charger? The inputs you've been feeding yourself? We live in a...
That's crucial. That's accountability. Action as well. I mean, it's a lot of things, but nevertheless, it's mindfulness. It's mental health, being mindful of the things that accountability over
world that celebrates output but forgets input. Post the thing, build the brand, hustle harder. Meanwhile, you're corner like, hey, maybe we could go outside, like touch a leaf, remember Joy? And you're like, shut up, I have emails. You see the problem? You're bleeding energy every day trying to function in a system that only values what you produce. And the worst part? You start thinking rest is earned, that doing nothing is failure. But here's the truth you need to hear. Rest is not a reward. Rest is a requirement, especially when your soul has been running a marathon in silence. So what do? We stop blaming ourselves for the fatigue. We stop calling it a flaw. We get curious instead. Leaking. What am I giving energy to that gives nothing back? What am I holding in that's eating, that keeps me stuck in guilt instead of grace? Because if you've been stuck, paralyzed, numb, it's not because you're broken. It's because you're exhausted from being strong in ways no one ever thanked you for. And I see you. Still showing up. Still trying. Still breathing through it. Coping mechanisms that feel like safety but are poison. Because healing starts with seeing. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. We're just getting... Chapter 4. What you think helps actually hurts. All right, time to talk about the sneaky stuff. I've done every... Hell. You're winding down. The lights are off. Your phone screen is lighting up your face like a horror movie. 5-minute rabbit hole on why the earth is doomed, the economy is crumbling, and someone from middle school just got married again. And it feels like rest because your body's still. But your brain is sprinting like it's being chased through a cornfield at midnight. Your nerve light circuits your ancestors used when they were running from actual bears. And then you wonder why you wake up exhausted. It's because your body laid down, but your mind too. Thinking is not planning. Listen, I know what you're gonna say. I'm just trying to be prepared. No, you're trying to control the future with anxiety. You're rehearsing every worst-case scenario like it's an Olympic event. You're lying awake at night, imagining conversations. That's not planning.
Michigan homeowners, if you're tired of paying too much mystery of paying your bills on...
We're going to get on Michigan in a minute. They got a lot of weird stuff going on.
Not planning. That's self-torture dressed in logic. Overthinking convinces you that if you just worry, but really, you're just living the pain twice. Once in your head. And again when reality punches you, because life will punch you, babe. And all that overthinking. I love coffee, I do. But at some point, it stops being a drink and starts being a coping mechanism for untreated burnout. You're not throwing juice and vibes. You're not energized. You're chemically forcing your body to ignore the screams for rest. And when the crash hits, oh baby, that's not a crash. That's your soul face planting into a wall. Caffeine masks the symptoms but deepens the cause. You're not fixing your fatigue, you're throwing an espresso blanket over it and hoping healing.
That's something I learned too about myself and just coping mechanisms, period. Like artificial substances, like what I'm doing now. This doesn't help with stress. It isn't a stress relief. It's just artificial. But really, it'd be something that's real is really guarding my mind and getting down to the root of what's stressful and what's agitating and so forth. You know, the things that have me result to that there is artificial intelligence, not using your mind, but running to something that's just as fake as the problems that seems to be important. Some of them are. I'm not going to say that they aren't, but you know, when you look back, a lot of these things that seems priority, seems anxious, seems, you know, end of the world, is really nothing when you look back and you realize you overcome these things time and time again.
Let's get real. You think because you're not crying, healed. It means numb. It means emotionally sated. And we numb in so many ways. Social media, snacking when we're not hungry, binge watching until we forget what silence sounds like, joking about our pain so no one asks if, always being busy, we never have to. It's emotional avoidance with good branding. Healing requires feeling, even the messy, convenient stuff, especially that. 5. If one more person tells you to stay positive while your world's on fire, the toxic positivity is one of the biggest energy drainers out there. You're allowed to feel your sadness. You're allowed confused, hopeless. Slapping a smile on a breakdown doesn't make it go away. It buries it. And buried emotions don't die, they ferment. They grow dim when you least expect it. You can't manifest peace while gaslighting your pain. Real healing, honesty. I'm not okay right now, and that's okay. Look, you picked up these habits because they worked. At some point, they helped. They got you through trauma, stress, heartbreak, chaos. But now they're holding you underwater. You're not broken for doing them, but you will stay stuck if you keep pretending they're saving you. So what do? You stop lying to yourself about what's helping. You get honest, gritty honest. You ask, does this actually recharge me? Or does it just keep me numb long enough to survive another day I'm not living? Because there's a difference between. That's where your healing begins. Next chapter, we're going to talk about how to actually reclaim your energy without going full spiritual monk in the Himalayas. Real life tools, messy life strategies, because the goal isn't perfection. The goal is to stop leaking, start living. Let's go there next. Chapter 5, how to reclaim your energy without becoming a monk. All right, so now that we've dragged your energy drainers out into the light and called them out like a late night roast session, what now? Your job, deleting the net, and moving to the mountain to find yourself with a smoothie bowl and a goat named Kevin? You don't need a spiritual awakening. You need boundaries, baby. Not the sexy kind you post on Instagram once and ignore. I'm talking boring, awkward, sometimes guilt-ridden boundaries that feel weird at first but taste like peace once they settle. Let's start with one of the most radical, revolutionary, anxiety-inducing moves you can make. 1. Say no without explaining yourself. Oh, I know. Your people pleaser just complete sentence. Not no, but maybe later. Not no unless you really need me. Not no, I'm so sorry, I feel terrible. Here's a coupon for my soul. Just no. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you are robbing future you. That version of you who finally wanted a night to breathe. To sit on the couch and do nothing without guilt nibbling on your ankles. 2. Protect your mornings like your sanity depends on it, because it does. The first thing you touch in the morning should not be your phone. 3 missed calls, 2 war tragedies, and 1 shirtless influencer who woke up at 5 a.m. and ran a marathon before you opened your eyes. Guess what? Your day is already. Give yourself 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. No screens, no noise, stretch. Stare out a window like a confused raccoon. Breathe. Let your brain boot up without a flood of cortisol and comparison. You wouldn't open 20 browser tabs on a computer from 2011 and expect it to function. Doing that to your mind. Follow, mute, leave the damn group chat. If it feels small, anxious, or invisible, you don't have to keep looking. That influencer you follow just to stay inspired? Garbage every time you see their face. That's not inspiration. That's self-punishment with a. You are allowed to cure digital space like your sanity depends on it. Because again, it does. Leave the group chat. Mute the cousin who's always. Unfollow the trainer with 12 packets and 0 personality. Your peace, their ego. Make rest non-negotiable. Not Netflix and scroll rest. I'm talking repairing, guilt-free, grown-ass rest. Lying in bed, eyes closed, phone off, staring at the ceiling like it owes you money, or going on a slow walk with no goal, or sitting in silence and not immediately filling it. Here's the deal. If you don't make rest sacred, the world will treat your energy like nothing left but your bones and a to-do list. So build rest and schedule like it's a meeting with someone important. Because it is. It's a 1 square inch of control. Not everything has to change overnight. You don't need to fix your whole life today. You just need 1 square inch. Tidy 1 corner of your room. Say no to 1 thing this week. Choose water instead of your 3rd coffee just once. Delete 1 app that makes you feel like trash. Text 1 person honestly. Hey, I'm going to work. It happens in quiet, tiny moments where you choose yourself. 6. Practice discomfort of disappointing people and survive it. Newsflash. You will disappoint people when you protect your peace. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're selfish. They'll say you're distant. Let them. You are not their emotional support animal. You are not a vending machine for yeses. You're allowed to grow out of dynamics that once felt safe but are now cages. The people who truly love you, the ones who only like the exhausted, people-pleasing version of you, they'll fall away. And I promise, that's a blessing dressed as heartbreak. 7. Let boring be your best friend. Peace is not glamorous. It doesn't look like yoga on a beach with a smoothie and a mason jar. Sometimes peace is a night with no plans, a fridge with food, a phone on do not disturb, an 8:30 p.m. bedtime. No drama, no chaos, no noise, just you, safe in your own presence. Part of you might be scared because who are you if you're not always rushing, fixing, pleasing, performing? If you're not being everything for everyone, who's left? You. That's who. The real you. The one who deserves space and softness and silence, not just survival. We're almost there.
That's also a lifestyle. Choosing to follow Christ is a lifestyle. It's not nothing that you just achieve and it's part of who you are. It's a daily choice every day to choose to pick up your cross and to follow Christ. Just like having peace is a daily choice. There are habits that you create over time. The way is creates those habits and eventually initially becomes who you are. But it's a choice day in and day out.
Next chapter, we tie this whole thing together, and it's going to be the one that hits hardest. The one that you're not broken, you're just overstimulated. And once you remember who you are beneath all the noise, everything changes. Let's bring it home. Chapter 6. You are not broken. Whisper to the version of you curled up in bed at 2:43 a.m., staring. You are not broken. You are overstimulated. There is a massive difference. Broken implies something is wrong with you. Something unfixable. Too much. Too much noise. Too much pressure. Tabs open in your brain and soul. Too many shoulds. Too many voices. Not enough truth. Too many tasks. Not enough breath. You were never meant to live like this. None of us were. More information before breakfast than your ancestors did in a year. You weren't built to have your nervous system jacked by every headline, notification, and group chat before your feet even hit the available, responsive, efficient, impressive, all the time. That rewards burnout and calls it ambition. It tells you to hustle while your body is screaming for rest. That tells you to keep up or get left behind while you're quietly falling apart behind the scenes. So you push. You keep smiling. You say, I'm fine, with a tight throat and tired eyes. You do what it takes. You perform okayness so well you forget what real okay even feels like. And when your body finally says, no more, you think a world that rewards overstimulation and punishes softness. That applauds the burnout and mocks the boundary. You are not weak for feeling overwhelmed. You are not fake because your brain is tired. You are not crazy for needing quiet. You're just with a nervous system that wasn't made for this pace, with a heart that wasn't made for constant performance, with a soul that's been begging for stillness.
Even Jesus Christ himself took a moment to rest without action. In the midst of all that, he was taking time to take a break, take a rest. I know it's no accident nor no coincidence for certain passages in the Bible. There were times where Jesus was sleeping and there was chaos going on around him. There were times where he was sleeping and he was enjoying his rest. But nevertheless, he took time to take a break and a rest to collect himself from away from the Bible from time to time in this busy world. We often forget that even Jesus Christ himself took a break, and God himself took a break when creating the world. Time of rest is essential, just like breath is universal energy, air, taking time to breathe and recollect yourself. That's how you energize yourself. You got to take a break and to do these things and to be mindful of it and to let go of everything from time to time and let your creations be created. Even with investing, I'm learning this. You create a situation for a financial income and you allow that creation to run this process. I'm gonna show you guys an example of that in a bit. But only way to make these investments is in time and rest and recollection. When you have a moment to think about what's the next move, when you have time to, you need a moment to figure these things out and hear the direction as the Lord shines his light on your path so you can see which way to go. And you'll see with clarity, but along that path is about running that marathon and staying consistent, keep going, because it'll be times of uncertainty where you're not sure all right, which way to go and how to go. Like with digital marketing, it's simple but not easy. Make 3 videos a day and post a day, but what's not easy is knowing what kind of videos, who is your customers, and how to connect with them, how to get to know, like, and trust you. All of these things, it's a process to it all.
And being ignored. And here's the thing. Healing, you stop being sensitive. It means you start listening to that sensitivity like it's sacred. Because it is. Your exhaustion is wisdom. It's information like this anymore. It's your soul saying, there's something better. Not more productive, not more impressive, just more true. And that truth, it's been there the whole time, buried under the noise. It's the part of you that still loves silence. Still dreams when no one's watching. Still feels awe when the world slows down long enough to breathe. Still remembers how good it felt the last time you laughed without overthinking it. It's the part of you that's still you. So take this in, because I swear it's the most important thing I'll say. You just need to be found. Underneath the noise, underneath the fear, underneath the endless pressure to be more when who you are is already so much. It's time to stop performing, stop comparing, stop numbing, stop leaking your energy to things that don't even see you, and start returning to yourself, to peace, to the kind of life that feels like home in your own body. That starts now. Not after the perfect morning routine, not after you get your life together, not after you lose tension. Right now, with one breath, with one no, with one decision to let go of who the world told you to be, and get curious about who you actually are. Because you are not broken, you are sacred, you are soft, you are wired for depth, and you are allowed to live a life that honors that. So here's what I want you to do after this. Send this to 3 people you love. The ones who are tired but pretend they're fine, the ones who always say, I'm good, with a smile that doesn't reach their eyes. And let's remind what it feels like to breathe again.
And this is what I encourage you. Like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you new. Having those stillness is crucial. for growth and development. I had the moment the other night, but I didn't take action. Taking action is the ultimate key as well, because nothing moves without you moving it. Nothing changes without you changing it. So last night I was tempted to buy in with little peppy coins, and even now I'm tempted to sell out with this and just buy in more peppy coins. So why timing is important, why taking action is important. Because right now I'm down 12 cents. But if I would have took action like I was thinking about last night, I would have been in profit 12. And then more profit. But the only reason I didn't do so is because it's right here in my stocks. You can't sell these overnight. You could put the sale in overnight, but it won't sell until the market opens at 9 Eastern. So I think 9:30 really. So the thing is, like if I would have sold it, I wouldn't have been able to buy in with that money until 9 o'clock today, or like 10 now. It is like I bought in earlier today, which I could have bought more, but I was thinking that this head was gonna go down. It went to like what 95. It went to like 94 when I saw it with my own eyes, and I was thinking like maybe it's gonna stick around the 94 mark, or maybe it was gonna go a little lower. Because when I checked the data last year around this time, it was between 7 and 8. So this year in August, it was 9. It was a little higher, about 9. I mean, it's close, but it's not exactly. So that's the thing too. Like we get close, but maybe not exactly. But anyway, around this time now, it was like the lowest it went to September 13th, around 8. Like September 13th, it was getting pretty low. I said like around here, September 20th, it was around 8. I was thinking it was gonna hit that 8 mark, but it didn't. It kind of got close to 9.4. So that's the difference between last year and this year. And that's where I missed the move, because that was as low as it was gonna get. Now, around October, so like maybe I'll get in and maybe it won't go back, but around, I got like at least 3 weeks until it drop in price again. But as you can see, like it's trying to hold steady, and I guess until like the next 3 weeks, it's going to grow and then drop again around this area, because it's looking like it's making another support zone. And let me show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. So you can see like these lines. Well, let me show you what the lines. You can see with my hands. These lines straight across, that's a zone. And when it lay across that zone, that's for this price. And what it does is it bounces, it checks this price, like is it ready to buy or is it ready to sell? So this is a hot zone. And it's looking like it's coming back down to that zone. Probably like 9294. And how you know that, you'll check on this candle right here, and it'll show the price. This is the highest that it went, and then this is the lowest price, and then here at the bottom is where it closed out at. The price closed. And around October, it's going to just stick around here. And go back down until it make its move. It's hard to see on here. It's better on the phone, but that's why I do it like that. Let me see. see the candles like this. So that's the moving rate. And you see like it's on its way up again. It's doing the same thing. Like if you copy and paste this, it's doing the exact same thing. So like if I was to take this from here to there, copy, paste, it'll be doing the same thing from right here. And then I'll copy and paste this from here to here and put it right there, but just over a little bit around the end of October, and it'll be ready to make that move again. So that's what I'm waiting on. And that's what I'm trying not to miss. Like you can see it, I want to go back down. It says 73, which is cool. And now up 3 cents again. Once it hit 98, we in profit. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the profits from this, and this is the strategy I'm gonna do because I don't know if it's gonna go back down until 3 weeks later until I showed you guys in October, the end of October, like let's see. So October 25th is when it's gonna start. From now until October 18th, it's gonna grow, and then it's gonna have a short retraction before it make its move again, and it's going to have its steady growth. So I got a few weeks, but in the meantime, until October 18th, like around October 17th, I'm gonna be checking. But I'm gonna check regardless because anything can happen. But around October 17th, I'm gonna be ready to sell this stock. So around the 18th, once the price drop, which I'm gonna be expecting it to drop, this would be ready to buy in the next day, and I had that money, and I could just add in to buy more, and then just grow until like the end of the year. But the thing is, like the way that this is starting to be a little iffy, I might sell out sooner, depending. Just let it sit until October the 18th, and then I'll buy more coins, and then I'll have like at least a few more million. Because right now I got like 1.3. So I don't know what's going on with this, but I mean, I'm gonna give it some time. If it go to like 12, let's say like 13, 20, I'm gonna sell out because that's like way too low for me. So if it go like 13, 20, 13.50, I might just sell out and just go ahead buy in, or I might do a few little trades to get that money back, or upscale really small that way and still profit from day to day or week to week, and then all of the extra money I make off doing that, I just use all of that money and buy in more tokens. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that because I'm new with this company. I don't know what they might do. All I need is 9 more cents of profit, and then I'm straight, and then I'll put all that up in this, and then we'll just gain profits, which would be around the 18th of October. But anyway, I'll have more coins. So like right now, I got 1,314,833 pets, and if I buy in with, especially at this low price, that's why I'm gonna sell out once it hit, and then it start dropping again. I'm gonna sell out, keep the profits, wait, and then I'm gonna buy in, and I'll be able to buy in more. So I'll probably have like 4 million, maybe 3 point something, close to that range, and I'll just hold on to it because however much we profit until the end of the year, then that's that, and then I'll be able and keep half like that. And then whatever the other ones do, I'll just keep it because if it go to $1, then that's $2 million. Even 50 cents, then that's 1 million. So I'll just let that go because just like with the rest of these, once they get to a certain price, they don't come back down unless they flop, and then they just out the market. But like Bitcoin at one point, it was this low. Bitcoin at one point, it was this low. This one 30, this one 220. This $7, Trump like 7 to 10. So they go up and down, they fluctuate. But some of them hold their own and they hold strong, like Bitcoin. It was at one point 60 to 50, 40,000 for the longest, and now it's holding at 100,000 for the longest. With plans to keep going higher and higher, just like Ethereum, it was just 2,500. Now it's holding strong at 4,200. Is what you can use these 3 coins to make other coins and NFTs and purchases as well. So that's the difference between these 3 Bitcoins. Because cryptocurrencies, these 3 are the top. And XRP is trying to do the same thing as these 3. But you got Dodge is now 24 cents. Cardinal ADA is between 80 to 90 cents. You can also stake these as well, meaning put them in for holding on to it. They pay out every Thursday on Uphold. And this is, let me see if I can pull it up. This is the Uphold wallet. This is a different crypto wallet, this is a similar to it, but you could purchase cryptos on here as well. It's not just a strictly crypto wallet. Kind of like Cash App. Like you could have a crypto wallet on there because you could purchase cryptocurrency on there. But it's not just a crypto wallet. And I'll show you this example right here. So here I got Cardinal coins. I got 4.3, and then I got some Ethereum 0.77, and all those being staked right now. And then I'll show you they pay out. I can unstake or just keep holding it. Next reward is gonna be 1.14. Reward payout in 2 days. And then they'll show you the activity, like every time they paid me from staking. That was September 18th, September 11th, 4th, August 30th, August 28th, and so forth. I started on August 16th, and it's been collecting every Thursday since. And then I started a week later with Ethereum and doing the same with that. I don't know dollars, but a little bit adding up to something, so I get paid for holding on to it. The same as with my NFTs, the money that I got sitting in there. Again, my next reward will be 2030 in 2 days. Lifetime rewards from just staking how much I got extra. And then this is the activity. This is August 16th from the 8th when I start staking those. I had some XRPs, but I sold the XRPs to buy the ADA because it's like flopping like it is now. It's at 287. And then I bought these. They was kind of high. The Cardinal, they was like 90 cents. But it's cool because I'm making an extra back every Thursday from just holding on to it. And they pay me for it. By the time I take the staking off, I'll be able to buy a whole nother coin. And with the Ethereum, I'll just have enough to go buy like, let's see the markets. I'll buy some Hedera because it's cheap. And you can stake it, so it'll be a double bubble. And it's this coin right here at 22 cents. These are all the coins you can stake on this platform. On the other one I was on, you can only do Ethereum and Solana. And they show you how much percentage you get paid for holding on to it. Like Aptos, that's kind of high. They have 5.2%. And then Flare at 5.35. They up there. They up Atom 16.8. The ones I got pretty low, like 1.4, 205. But I don't know how much these other coins are. Hedera is like 0.023 because it's only at 22%. But you can still be making money off of it. Everything add up. Let's see how much this these are paying pretty high. Casper, Cosmos. Here go Cosmos. They got $4,000. So yeah, that's pretty high. Now where is Casper at? Casper pretty cheap, but they paying pretty. They're like 9 cents. I will buy a lot of these actually. Yeah. So this is a good investment. Let's check out their history. They only got like they don't go back so far though on this platform, only 1 year. They was all the way up to yeah. So they gonna do the same thing as the Peppy coins I got money on here and then come up with them too because November. So we got around October 18th when the Diddy's drop. October 20th. So around October 17th, I can do the same thing on this platform and then on the other platform. What I would do is cash out, wait 2 days till it drop, buy in, and then just wait 2 months until it do its thing. December 6th, December 7th. On December 5th, I'll be ready to cash out because that's the safest way to go. History repeat itself, but it might go 2 days before or 2 days after. But either way, I'll be within that safe space to, cash out. So that's the plan. With this one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sell out all of the Ethereum. I'm gonna unstake it first around October 12th to get on the system, and then I'm gonna buy this with that. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the Cardinal too. I'm gonna cash it all out and just buy this. And see how much we come up because I'll be able to buy like at least a few 100,000, if not a million. I'm trying to go for a million, but at least 700,000 to 900. Come on, that's okay. ain't working. But I'll figure this out though, because it's about the same price as the other one. So no, it's a little bit higher. 0 0. So let me see this other price real quick. A little cheaper. This one a little. So I probably get like 400,000. That's still decent though. I just need a few more. So yeah, this price a little cheaper. We got 0. Yeah, this one way cheaper by a few points. This company, if you don't know what's going on, but they in the beginning stages, so I don't want to flop with them too early. I don't want to hold on too long either if they don't perform. So this what the doubt comes in because I don't know if I'm gonna hold on or let go. 50 is I'm gone because at that point I know they're not performing. I don't care if they bounce back or whatever, but at that point I'm done because I gotta capitalize while I can, even if that means take a little loss to make a bigger gain. And sometimes that's what you gotta do. Jumped off at 9:55 as soon as the thing was open. As soon as the slips went through. And then some people was jumping off last night over the weekend. They was putting their orders in. So they was the first ones to cash out until the ones that cashed out this morning. I'm the only one sitting here like, what we gonna do? And don't just wait the month out. I got to October 18th. And what's cool about that is, let me see if I can show this video because I'm finna they're about to drop some more cryptocurrencies on October the 20th. But this the app in my bio that I was showing y'all about. Is this how you could get some free cryptos? And what they said right here. The link in my profile. So this the one that's giving me the free Bercy coins on the 20th or the 18th. And all I gotta do is log in, check the Bitcoin price, and then check one of the news articles. Tonight they finna give me some more cryptocurrencies at 12 after I do these 2 tasks. And then just for checking in every day for like 60 days, they giving 97,000 Versa. It's still on how these gonna go. This is just like the XRP coins before they had reached the dollar. And if you got 97,000 of them, then you know that's 97,000 bucks for free. You just hold on to these coins, but you want to get them. Why they giving them away? And it's just me checking the article. You don't really have to read them, but you know, you can save them as well. Go back and check on them. The reward to be ready for you right after that. Sometimes, as soon as you click on it, they drop your reward. And usually it's the XRPs. I mean the cryptocurrencies, which is the Versi coins. Down here, these are the daily tasks. Read 3 consecutive days, claim your reward, and that's crypto. And then they give you these Versi coins. Far from them. I have 100,000 around October the 18th or the 20th. And it's the other app I use, Robinhood. These two right here, you can get your free coins. And then let me see if the Versi coins on here. I don't think so. But like on all the different platforms, they got different coins on there. That's gonna be a good one to get. Cause it's gonna do the same as this Peppy coin around December. You'll be able to make a massive profit. And the key is to just buy a full one. Yeah, I think we're gonna jump the ship because this one, I'm not trying to be surprised with that. It's already 25 cents. They trying to drop it like mud. Yeah, we finna sell this junk. The market don't close 4 o'clock, but if it's doing stuff like this, you know, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. They could flop before the end of the week. And it's like it just went stale all of a sudden. Because every time I turn around, it's like losing value. And it just kind of like froze up. They not moving anymore. So I'm like, oh, I ain't feeling that one. 39 cents today. Meanwhile, this one holding steady. I mean, if this was to be up a little bit, then this holding steady and then to take off. Or just hold the cash until this come back down and then we'll put it all together and then buy in more like that. That's the goal, you know. That'll make more sense. But if this eating through profits, it's like shit. Um, it don't make no sense. And as soon as I go off, it start moving again. So it's like, what's really going on? Possibly, you know, and call it a day. I'll be thankful if it bounced back at least. And that's the thing too. Like I don't want to bust a move too prematurely and then miss out. Because my overall goal was to win, and it haven't dropped to the number that I said it, which was 1350, about 1320ish. I mean, today probably just a bad day, you know. So what I am gonna do is just I'm gonna try to stick to my word, and those gonna be my. So yeah, we there. It's like wow, I try to have a little faith in them, but and it's like 40 cents. Like yeah, I hate to have to. I go away and then it's way past the limit. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like wow. So that's the thing. I won't profit nevertheless. But yeah, I just got to keep an eye on it now because I don't know what's going on in the news. I checked out. They don't really got no details or nothing. They say our customers buy volume percentage decreased by 22% versus last year. I mean, they fighting their way though. Like you can see over here, it's bouncing back. They trying. That's why I say I want to bust a move too quick. Cause it's only 10 o'clock. But you know, it's to those who endure. I'm gonna just sit back and help them fight this. And yeah, this is what it's gonna be. So yeah. And then, you know, we just need that 15, 16 Tuesday. And we're being attacked. We're taking a hit. We're taking a blow. But we gonna stick with the shit. and just hope for some relief. We got our eyes on some let's say some tools or what. And we got some things in order, so in place. So I mean, the worst come, that's what we're gonna have to do. Make these adjustments and just keep it moving. It look ugly right now, but this is a part of it. It's a part of the journey. It's not always gonna look pretty. Both going tumbling. So we got 20 right here. But I'm not gonna jump out of this either because I might not. I don't know. It's starting to do what I thought it was gonna do, but it might not. I don't know. It's looking ugly. It might be the day where I have to bust a move. What I'm gonna do is, if this go to 40 cents, I'm gonna just cash out and then I'll cash out this one too, and then we'll buy back in later on tonight when this settle down to whatever it's gonna go to. Cause what I could do, I figured this might jump down again, but I don't know. Just leave everything alone. This shit gonna have to look ugly for right now. I like to check these articles too to see what's going on. It's another thing too. Coin tracker. And this is cryptos on there.